Alright, so today we're going to learn how to subtract decimals using base 10 blocks. This is actually a lot simpler than adding decimals using base 10 blocks as far as I'm concerned. Before we get started, our problem of the day. Brianna has 6 dimes, 4 quarters, and 2 nickels. She spends $1.35. How much does she have now? So I need you guys to figure this out on your whiteboards. Okay, so first thing we have to do is we have to figure out how much money Brianna starts with, okay? So she has 6 dimes, so that's 6 times 10, right?
Yeah.
So that's 60 cents. Then she has 4 quarters, that's 4 times what?
25.
Which equals
100.
$1 or 100. And then she has 2 nickels, which is 2 times
10.
You guys need to slow down because now it sounds like you're saying it's 2 times 10. So she has 2 nickels, which is 2 times,
5.
which equals
10.
Thank you. Now we add all these together. Okay? So she has $1.70. Because if we put our decimals in, alright, $1.70. How much did she spend?
$1.35.
$1.35. Now, the way that I want you to do your math today is the same way that we did our addition. I want you to so this line right here represents what?
It's a decimal.
Thank you. Now I make sure that all the decimals are lined up, right? What, ma'am?
Wouldn't if you added all these up, wouldn't that be 100? Wouldn't that be $1.10?
2 times 5 is 10, not 15.
Oh.
Don't laugh, that's okay. She showed all of her work. See how easy it was for me to help her fix it? That's what we're trying to do. Alright? So, 0 minus 5 is?
You can't do that. Negative 5.
Have to regroup, right? So 10 minus 5 is?
5.
6 minus 3 is?
3.
1 minus 1?
0.
So my answer is
35
cents. Okay? So my answer for this problem, how much does she have left? She had 35 cents left. Alright, very good. Moving on. Class? Now what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to do this with base 10 blocks. I think it is much easier to subtract using base 10 blocks than it is to add base 10 blocks. Here's the reason why. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to model 1 8/10. Okay? Because I have 1 8/10 subtract 4/10. Once it's modeled, all I have to do is go through and take out the other number. So you know how we were making 2 huge base 10 models and then we were having to put the 2 models together in order to figure it out? Now we're making 1 base 10 model and we're going to take out the other number. Okay? So what do I have to take out of this 1 8/10? 4 what? 4 tenths. So all I have to do is come over here and say, okay, there's 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths. And then just count them up. How many ones do I have?
1.
How many tenths do I have left?
4.
That's it.
1
1 4/10. Do you see why I think it's easier to do it this way? Because I don't have to draw all these out. So, if we take 4 tenths away, all right, so I draw it, there's my 1, right? I like their little box that they use too. I know you guys probably don't. This is my ones. This is tenths. And this is hundredths. Okay. And then they had 8 of these. 6, 7. Actually, you know what? We're not gonna do it that way. This is what we're gonna do. Here's my camera. There. Haha. Gotta love technology. Okay. So. There, I drew it all out. I expect yours to look this nice at home too. Okay, so now all I have to do is take the 4/10 away, which is just what I did on the other page. I just crossed off 4 of them. And then we count them up. I have 1 here, I have 4 there. So how many ones are left? 1. How many tenths are left? 4. So my answer is 1 4/10. Okay? We're going to use addition to check. So 1 4/10 plus 4/10 is 1 8/10. Is that correct?
Yes.
Fantastic. So there's your answer.
Thanks.
All right. Now, we did some inline subtraction, which we're going to do here in a little bit after this lesson as well. But we had to regroup, right? So if we look here, we have 2 2500ths. So here's 2 1s, 2 10ths, and 500ths. Now, we have to subtract 7500ths. Okay? So if I start over here at my hundredths, how many hundredths do I have to subtract?
5.
All 5, right? So I just get rid of those. How many tenths do I have to subtract?
7.
Do I have 7 tenths to subtract?
No!
How am I going to subtract 7 tenths if I don't have 7 tenths? Ricky?
You would have to get some from the ones.
Right, which means I have to take one of these and I have to blow it up into tenths and put it over here, right? So that's what we're going to do. Now, because I don't want to draw all these, I'll use my camera tool again. It's pretty neat. Take a picture of one of these base 10 blocks here. Current page. Boom. So you can see here's my base 10 block here, right? Now, this little button up here will duplicate it. So how many do I need? 10? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 there. Now look, if I select them all, oh, that was supposed to give me 5 more, did it? Yes, it did. Okay, so there are my 10 base 10 blocks. Okay. So if you count that now, I should have 12 base 10 blocks. Let's count real quick. Make sure that I do have 12. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have exactly what I'm supposed to have. I'm supposed to have 12, right? How many of these am I taking out?
7.
7, right?
Yeah.
So all I have to do is grab these and pull them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now spread these out so you guys can see how many are left. How many are left? 5. So how many ones are left? How many ones are left?
1.
So I have 1 1 and 5 tenths left, right? So right here, how many ones are left? We said there was 1 1 left. And how many tenths?
5.
5. How many hundredths?
1.
None.
What? 9. Oh, God.
Let's see. How many hundredths were left?
1.
I had started off with 2 and 25 hundredths. I subtracted 75 hundredths. So I had 5 hundredths over here. And I'm sorry that my X didn't go all the way through it, but the X should have been through that too.
Okay.
Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have to be taken away, correct? Okay. So how many hundredths are left? 0. All right. So 2 and 25 hundredths minus 75 hundredths is what? 1.5, which is what? 1 and 5. Come on, Gibby. 1 and 5 tenths. So we're going to add this together on your whiteboard. I want you to add 1 and 5 tenths plus 75 hundredths and tell me if it is indeed 2 and 25 hundredths. Check your answer. All right, so after we've did the addition, we found out that our answer is correct. And just so you know that we're not playing, there it is. Boom. There's our answers. Fantastic. Now, what you guys are going to do today is you're going to do the talk about it. 1 through 12 is what you're going to be assigned. So here you go. These problems. All right, so those 12. Your answers will be on our YouTube page, which is linked off our website.
Okay.
You have about 10 minutes to work on this, and then we're going to start our next lesson. And hopefully you'll have about 20 minutes at the end of class to work on both of them, so you'll have time tonight to study for your quiz tomorrow. So we're working on our own quietly. If you need help, raise your hand.